Hi guys, and welcome to this tarot reading for the rest of March 2025. I want to do a reading here in this video by just using the tarot cards. Regardless of astrology, I just want to see what the tarot has to say about the rest of this month, what the key themes are, what we can expect. And I want to use the Smith-Waite Tarot deck, the Centennial Edition, which includes 2 samples of Pixie's non-tarot art. Pixie is the nickname for Pamela Coleman Smith. So I just want to do this to see what the tarot's perspective is, really. So the next, 21 days? Let's see what's left of March here and what the tarot wants you to know about the rest of March, and what the card's perspective is on all this. And I'm going to use 4 cards. These are quite small, so I'll be able to fit 4 cards into the screen. And let's see what the tarot has to say. Let's have a look. March 2025. First, we have the moon. So that means you're on the right track. Things may be a little dicey at times, but don't veer off the trail and don't doubt yourself. Then we have strength, a similar message that says you have the ability to manage any difficulties that come your way. Then we have the Page of Wands. Some new passions may appear in your life, and they may find you rather than you going out to seek them. And finally, we have the 10 of Pentacles. And that really says that if you have any financial worries, if you're concerned about money, financial security, this card is saying it's all going to work out. It's going to be okay. Here we've got a much older man surrounded by family and dogs and grandchildren, and everything has turned out okay. He would have had to worry about taxes and bills 20, 40 years ago as well. But now here towards the end of his life, everything is solid, it's secure, it's routine, it's structured, there's more than enough, and there's time to enjoy things like relationships. No one in this picture is starving. No one is really in dire straits. So the cards are saying here for the rest of March, there may be some surprises, some positive ones. You have very little to worry about as far as your finances are concerned. And if you're in a period of major financial insecurity, then have faith and trust the universe that things are going to work out. The moon is a major arcana card, and this is we have 2 major arcana cards in this spread. So these are the big universal themes, part of the Fool's Journey. The court cards are actual people who show up or inequalities that arise. And this, the 10th card in the suit of Pentacles, is a minor arcana card, and this is the temporary influence. So the big theme here, the moon. Okay, so you can see with the moon card, we've got a face that has a bit of a frown on it. It seems somewhat angry. It seems displeased. It seems irritable. And there's a sense of aggression or tension in the air. Then we've got this lobster crawling out of this body of water. I love this card because of this detail, most of all. It's just so random and strange. But the message of the moon card is that if you're walking around in the middle of the night, things that at noon may seem ordinary or mundane, like these towers, for instance, if you're walking the same path at 3 in the morning, these things are all going to look very frightening. And if you're walking along this path here and suddenly this crustacean scuttles out of the water and towards you, I don't know about you, but that would make me jump, and that would make me think, oh, what monster is attacking me here? Then these wolves howling at the moon, that can be frightening just by hearing the sound of the wolves. That reminds me, actually, I was on Instagram the other day, and someone posted a picture of them being in a cabin somewhere deep in the snow. I think it was in Canada, and the whole house or the cabin was surrounded by a pack of wolves, and they were really on the hunt. And this person wasn't afraid. He was filming it, and he was saying, "Oh, I'm so glad I'm safe and I'm indoors." Ha ha ha. But it was really like the video in itself, it looked pretty intimidating. So again, if you're looking at things from the perspective of the moon, which in the tarot, it can represent your intuition, your feeling, your heart, but it can also represent your fears, your doubts. And if you're anticipating a journey in your life, so, next week I start the new job, or I've got this move coming up, or there's certain things that I need to do next week, then considering those things in the middle of the night, they may seem much more daunting than they really are. So at lunchtime, these dogs, you would say, stop sniffing around me, go away. Whereas in the middle of the night, just the sound of the wolves may frighten you half to death. And then these towers with one little window at the top, they look like kind of sniper towers, like you're being scrutinized on this path, walking all alone. That may make you feel very vulnerable and very, very much of a target, and very much like you have a bullseye on the back of your t-shirt or whatever it is you're wearing. So the message of the moon is trust your intuition, trust your feelings, but don't go into fear, and have faith that you are on the right track, and that you will continue on regardless of what sounds you hear or what's rustling in the trees behind this tower or that tower, and to keep going and to have faith that things are going to work out. And I really think that this card and this card, both on either side of this spread, are saying, if you're worried at the moment, please don't have so much fear. Things are going to work out, even if it doesn't look like there's a way through at the moment. Things will turn around. The sun will rise again. Things are going to look less frightening. Life is going to get less scary. Keep going. You're on the right track, and don't deviate from what you're doing, and don't throw everything up in the air and say, okay, I'm starting over, I'm doing something completely different, because you are on the right track. Just because sometimes things seem a little daunting, life has its own rhythms, like the sea, sometimes it's up and sometimes it's down. If you're in a down period at the moment where you are a little insecure, have that faith that things are going to work. Then the strength card, this woman tending to the beast, she is someone who looks very pure, and she's dressed in white. She's got all these flowers adorning her dress, and she's got the infinity symbol above her head. And this is someone who always remembers that she's a spiritual being having a human experience, and that's why she has strength, and that's why she's able to tame the beast. So if we're looking at the beast as inner desires that control you, so maybe the uncontrollable desire to overspend, to go on shopping sprees, or maybe there is a tendency to overindulge. You have the ability to manage all those things by having not necessarily a spiritual practice, but just having an awareness that you're a spiritual being, that you're a lot more powerful than you give yourself credit for. And if you find a way of always being reminded that you are a spiritual being, I, for instance, have a necklace around my neck with a hamsa on it, and I have a citrine on it. And whenever I feel those, and whenever I hear them clinking or clanking, I remember I'm a spiritual being, and that these things around me are of the world, of the earth, but there's something about me that's bigger, and that's going to trump anything of the world, as long as I remember that I'm a spiritual being. So this is part of the solution: to have faith, find a way to give yourself reminders that you're more than just a body. So for me, it's a piece of jewelry. For you, it may be setting a reminder on your phone every day, at a particular time, an affirmation. I am of spirit, not just of flesh, for instance. Or it could be some other ritual that reminds you that you're more than just your body, that you are a spiritual being. I think that might be a good idea to put any fears to rest and to reassure you. And all of that process, while you're working on kind of minimizing self-doubts and fears, the Page of Wands may wander into your life. And the Page of Wands, if this is an inequality, it's a small inner flame that starts up again and that gives you confidence that, hey, actually, all these insurmountable obstacles I have in my life, things that look scary, or financial insecurity, or things that I feel like I don't have control over, there's this little spark that reappears by remembering that you have a spiritual presence, a spiritual life. It will spark this little flame that says, hey, maybe you can. Maybe you can overcome this. Maybe everything will be okay. If this is a person, you may be surprised that someone delightful comes into your life and that his or her presence may be something really wonderful that adds something to your life. So maybe making a new friend, or starting a new romantic relationship, or you get in touch with your neighbor, you bump into them in the hallway or something, and you start chatting, and it's a different type of relationship that you didn't pursue, and it's just a delight. It doesn't have any definition or labels attached to it. It's just some delightful, pleasant little connection with another person that brightens your day. And again, the sense I'm getting is that this person finds you and finds their way into your life, and you're not going out to search for that person. And then finally, the 10 of Pentacles. 10 of Pentacles in itself is the highest card in the suit of Pentacles, and it represents prosperity and wealth and abundance and financial security. And that's why I said at the beginning of this reading that everything's going to be okay. If you've got financial concerns, or there is major fear, especially around money, or how you're going to find the money to pay for certain bills, the universe is going to provide for you. And it could even be that the Page of Wands is that the solution comes via another person, not necessarily connected with money, but that an idea may be sparked in you through a conversation, or that by remembering you're a spiritual being, that you manage to tame the beast, and by taming the beast, you open up some time in your life where you're then not engaging in these beastly activities, and that extra time allows you to find the solution to some sort of financial problem. So ultimately, the cards are saying you have nothing to fear, and please have faith that things are going to turn out okay. Things are going to turn out better than you expect. Number-wise, let's see, we have a lot. We have 18, and 10 is 28. And then we have 8 is 36, and 1 is 37. 3 and 7 is 10. 10 reduces to 1 in numerology, and 1 is the vibration of the magician, the pioneer, the boss, the person who is solo, the independent one. And that to me says you are on your right journey, you're on the correct path, and any problems that come up, you will be able to solve. So have faith in yourself, ultimately. And try not to scare yourself with negative stories of what could be. Most of the things that we worry about never actually happen. So that's what the cards have to say about the rest of March. I hope that gives you an idea of what the tarot's perspective is on this month. I hope you got something useful from that, or you found it interesting. If you would like a personal reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. Have a fabulous rest of the month, and check out some of my other videos here on the channel. The monthly horoscopes, the video that I've just published on the lunar eclipse that's coming up on the 14th of this month. There's also a solar eclipse happening towards the end of the month. I'm going to publish a video on that. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, please. That helps it show up in searches. If you want to see more videos from me in future, then please subscribe to the channel and please share this video with anyone who you may think would enjoy it. I hope you have a wonderful March and I'll speak to you soon. All the best.